power of the voice, the art of dubbing. Beauty cannot be questioned. It reigns by diving right. At the end of the 19th century, the aesthete Oscar Wilde celebrated the cult of beauty, considering it the most prestigious and delicate work of art. With the meaning of cure of your body and admiration through the other people's appearance, the beauty born with men and evolves with them, reflecting in a truly and emblematic way each period and society. Today, the standards of beauty reach almost excellence. Media show us continuously proper works of art. Boys and girls with irresistible charm, even embarrassing, are the best protagonists of the commercials broadcasted in cinemas and television. Each wonderful power of the nature seems to concentrate in their visage and statuary shapes. In our mind, we start to think about a daydreaming creature, so determined and self-confident. To him, nothing is impossible. So we start to daydream about their characters, and why not, about their voices, that certainly we think are fully correspondent to their unbridled figure. But if we were wrong? If we were deluded?
Come mi trovi?
Sei bellissima.
If you don't understand anything? Well, maybe. Some people are content only with a beautiful figure. It's true, the appearance has a great value, but we have to accept it. Nothing can convey so much emotion that the voice. Even some sentences or even words pronounced in the right way can increase the value of each appearance. Voice can be compared to a musical instrument, the most precious and powerful of the instruments we own, even if we are prone to neglect it and ill-treat it. On the contrary, some people have understood the importance of this instrument. They've trained and cured it until it became their own work and success. We are talking about dubbers.
I paid my dues.
In Italy, there are the best dubbers in the world. Just to name a few: Ferruccio Amendola, Luca Ward, Giù Pizzo, Ilaria Stagni, Roberto Pedicini, Francesco Pannofino, and many others. Dubbing burned in Italy in 1929 for reasons related to censorship, but even to overcome linguistic problems. It burned in an absolutely handmade way, firstly at Hollywood. The first dubbers were Italian-American actors, with strange voice and accent. Then dubbing reached Rome, where, thanks to technological innovations, this wonderful profession started to develop. Dubbing is the process in which the original voice of a movie or a commercial is replaced by the voice of a dubber. It's important to underline that a dubber gives his voice also to characters as cartoons, animals, or other. The dubber cooperates with the dialogist in order to synchronize the words of each line of the script with lip movement of the actors to dub. Often, to obtain this result, it is necessary to modify the original script. The work of these artists is coordinated by a dubbing director, who represents a sort of film director. The dubber works in a soundproof room furnished with a big screen where are broadcasted the audiovisual products he had to dub and all the technical equipment able to record the voice. These artists, with their exemplary qualities, give us extraordinary emotions. There are no doubts about the expressiveness and gestures of foreign actors, but about acting, it is entirely due to our dubbers.
No. Non ti serve?
No,
Perfetto.
conosco i tempi di
Va
questo
bene.
film a memoria.
Perfetto,
A
hai
memoria?
tutto.
Sono Massimo X Meridio,
Ecco.
comandante delle legioni Felix, servo leale dell'unico vero imperatore Marco Aurelio, padre di un figlio assassinato, marito di una moglie uccisa, e avrò la mia vendetta in questa vita o nell'altra.
In this sequence, Luca Ward plays one of the most famous sentences of the film The Gladiator. To create a movie of this magnitude are necessary months and months of hard work. Otherwise, the time spent dubbing the movie is incredibly minor and very frenzied. For example, in this case, it were sufficient almost 2 days of work to complete the well-dubbed part. A curious anecdote concerns just this great colossal. The famous sentence, "At my signal, since the hell," in origin was "At my signal, since the dog," because the Roman legends used to set hungry mastiff on the enemy army before going on the attack. In the dubbing room, at the moment to dub the sentence, panic broke out. While all people in the room was screaming and wondering how to solve the problem, the phonic shyly suggested to replace the word dog with hell. Even in the original script the words were replaced. However, it is somewhat gross mistake, because the concept of hell starts to develop only during the Middle Age. Commercial tie. As it is for feature films, even in commercials we can often listen to some of the most beautiful voices of dubbing words. In commercials they are used as voiceover. Different is the trend that is obtaining a big success in animated films. This trend engages to dub the most famous voices belonging to TV personalities. We are talking about the so-called voice talent.
Ci leggi la favola della buonanotte?
No.
Ma non ci addormentiamo senza la favola della buonanotte.
Beh, allora si prospetta una lunga notte per voi, no? Perciò buonanotte, le corde si sono rotte e fa sbagliato io.
We all can improve our voice. It is for this reason that in Italy there are numerous diction and recitation centers and schools able to revise the most common pronunciation defects and to emphasize our vocal qualities. Often, improvements can really change our voice, since it becomes unrecognizable. It is a kind of a complete facelift that can model completely the way we speak, as if an ugly man became George Clooney or if a woman Michelle Pfeiffer. Have you ever wondered why we have the voice we have? Our voice depends on the people with who we have been in contact during the childhood, for example, our parents. We try to emulate them, reproducing the way they spoke. Obviously, not all aspire to become important actors or dubbers, but improving a bad or graceless voice, or an acute or nasal one to make it more characteristic, ironic or funny, can be determinant to live well with ourselves and the others. Man, in fact, is a social being who needs his own similars to reach his objectives, both in workplace and in affective context. Often it occurs that because of a wrong use of the voice, you risk not to be understood and to appear proper monster. It happens when, while the voice launches a message, the words sends another and obviously different message. It is very rare that you have the chance to own a beautiful voice, cordial, affable, empathic, able to communicate emotions and that people like. Through the efforts and playing the correct diction exercise, everybody has the possibility to modify his or her own voice in order to make it more communicative and pleasant. The success is guaranteed. In fact, the change of the voice will be directly proportional to the quality of communication, and when you communicate better, even your life can change. We can feel better with other people, and other people can feel better with us, in a continuous exchange of feelings and love.
Io ti vedo.
You spin my head right round when you go down, when you go down, down.
Walk out the house with my swagger, hop in there with yo, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious, I look at my